The favourite there, Aldino. Step Aside Lord, 5-1. And on 11-2, three of them. Mrs. Muck, Robin Wonder and Pat's Jester. Tom Sharp is 8-1. Shelbourne, 20-1. Detroit Sam, completing the full show, 25-1. And Robin Wonder has gone to 5-1.
Robin Wonder, this is nearest to us. And they jump off with Tom Sharp leading him in the early stages. Coming to the first of the 8 flights with Tom Sharp, the early leader from Aldino, and Step Aside Lord. Tom Sharp with the sheepskin noseband from Aldino. Step Aside Lord towards the right, the spotted colours, those of Pat's Jester between them. Just behind them come Detroit Sam, Shelbourne, Robin Wonder just the back marker at the moment as they come down to the second flight. Tom Sharp from Aldino and Step Aside Lord. Then Detroit Sam. And Pat's Jester, Mrs. Muck, Shelbourne and Robin Wonder. Tom Sharp, a good stay up, ensuring a real good pace in this Glen International Bula hurdle. Tom Sharp from Aldino and Detroit Sam on the outside of Step Aside Lord. Then comes Pat's Jester and Shelbourne and Mrs. Muck and Robin Wonder, the back marker. Tom Sharp by about 6 lengths from Aldino. Then Detroit Sam, Step Aside Lord, Pat's Jester, Mrs. Muck, Shelbourne and Robin Wonder. Over the third, Tom Sharp from Aldino, Detroit Sam, Step Aside Lord, Pat's Jester, Shelbourne, Mrs. Muck and Robin Wonder. Robin Wonder getting a little bit closer as they run down to the fourth. Tom Sharp from Aldino, Pat's Jester and Detroit Sam, Step Aside Lord on the inside, Robin Wonder, Shelbourne and Mrs. Muck. Tom Sharp over the fifth, well clear of Aldino, Detroit Sam, Step Aside Lord, Pat's Jester, Mrs. Muck, just the back marker now. 3 from home, but a long way to run. Tom Sharp from Aldino, Detroit Sam and Step Aside Lord, Pat's Jester, Robin Wonder, Shelbourne and Mrs. Muck as they race towards the top of the hill. Tom Sharp from Aldino, Step Aside Lord, Pat's Jester and Detroit Sam, then Robin Wonder, Shelbourne and Mrs. Muck. Tom Sharp with a lead of only about 3 lengths now from Aldino. Then Pat's Jester and Step Aside Lord, Detroit Sam, Shelbourne, Robin Wonder and Mrs. Muck. Long run to the second last. Still Tom Sharp from Aldino going very well in second. Then comes Step Aside Lord making a little bit of progress on the inside of Pat's Jester. Still Tom Sharp from Aldino going smoothly. Then comes Pat's Jester, the Scottish challenger, moving right in behind the 2 leaders. Aldino going very strongly nearest to us, taking a fractional lead from Tom Sharp as they race now towards the final flight. Aldino from Tom Sharp under pressure and Pat's Jester, the Scottish challenger, coming there strongly now to tackle Aldino. Aldino from Pat's Jester as they come down to the final flight, and there's very little between them. Pat's Jester on the near side, Aldino on the far side. Pat's Jester lands just in the lead from Aldino as they race into the closing stages. Pat's Jester on the near side, Aldino on the far side. Pat's Jester on the near side, Aldino the far side. There's still very little between them as they race up towards the line. Pat's Jester from Aldino racing up towards the line. It's Pat's Jester on the near side from Aldino on the far side, and at the line Pat's Jester has won it from Aldino second, with very close for third, a photo for third between Tom Sharp and Shelbourne. And so the result of the Glen International Bula Hurdle, first number 8, Pat's Jester, owned by RP Adam Limited, trained by Richard Allan at Cornhill-on-Tweed in Scotland and ridden by Peter Niven. Second was number 6, Aldino, owned by Mr. Arthur Boyd Rochford and Mrs. Arthur Boyd Rochford, trained by Oliver Sherwood and ridden by Simon Sherwood. And it's a photo for third.
First number 8, Pat's Jester, 11 to 2. Second number 6, Aldino, 3 to 1 favourite, and there's a photo for third place.